Also might be very prudent to not leave her out of the loop. I hope your exploration will make progress anyway, and your journey will be free of pain. Oh, we already did this too. Explain what you found out about the Mutual Aid Society.
So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results, and now they're selling this so-called wonder medicine to patients?
Yeah, that's how it is, yeah.
Any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual aid.
Profit or experimentation, right? The patients wanted me to keep it a secret from you. The patients wanted me to keep it a secret from you. I'll tell them that. I'll tell her that. Yeah, sure.
I'm not surprised. They'll know that I'm completely against them using this wonder medicine. What Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental byproducts. The word medicine doesn't apply here.
Oh, but I might get in trouble by the other group, but I don't care. Yeah, it is what it is.
I've warned the patients countless times, but seems like they had their heads in the sand all along. No wonder they kept the Mutual Aid Society a secret from me.
It sounded shady.
Thank you. Those patients weren't exactly singing my praises. Thank you for having faith in me. If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the clinic. See what they have to say about the effects.
Oh, hell. Sure, I'm gonna do that. Let's see, how would you calm patients?
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to help those in need. I don't buy it. People's doctor, that's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. Vash used to distribute free medicine all the time, but he couldn't have cared less about the people taking the medicine.
Experimental, right?
The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. It didn't matter if the medicine worked or not. What mattered was having a constant stream of willing lab rats.
Ooh, that do sound pretty bad.
Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks. That's just how I see it.
To be fair, we're taking two people's words at face value, right? What they say versus what I say. Because, look, I mean, technically they're not completely wrong. If you try saving everyone, you won't have enough supplies to save some people. I should try saving everyone and no one will be saved in the end. Well, I guess if technically we get to the overworld in time, that should be solved, but the issue still stands in that. And if they don't find her methods effective, I mean, it's their choice completely to decide what they want to do, right? Yeah. Still, I think I had the right to tell what was happening. Emotional patient, here we go.
Medicine Vash left behind? That stuff... Can you even call it medicine?
Well, they do, so...
I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He didn't deserve the title doctor.
Yeah, see?
He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just prescribed me his so-called wonder medicine. If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
Oh no. Well, it depends how desperate I was. If there was another treatment going on, I could possibly not. But I mean, if I was desperate, you might have to, right? But if something is too good to be true, it often is. Too good to be true, it often is not real, right? I'm finished talking with the patients, yeah.
I still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issues surrounding Vash. My relationship with him. The things he's done in the underworld. It's a long story.
But it's got funny I spoke elaborate yesterday.
I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. What do you make of him?
I mean, by the sounds of it, he's already... That's just... I think he was a doctor with zero medical ethics. I mean... He's giving medicine to test on the effectiveness, or if it works or doesn't work, right? He is technically healing some people, right? Because he said some people it does work for. Killing others, so he's just using them as test. So he's a doctor, but... Zero medical ethics, yeah. I think he was a doctor with zero medical ethics.
I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the wonder medicine. I want you to see the real consequences of abusing that medicine. Once you've understood her situation, come back and tell me what you think. After that, I want to ask for your help again.
Fine, fine. Whatever. I'm not sure it's really gonna change my opinion. A doctor's prescription doesn't mean that it gets better all the time. Lonely woman.
Who are you?
Amnesia. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. I'm a friend of Dr. Natasha. That's probably better.
And
Yeah, it is amnesia.
who am I?
You haven't introduced yourself yet. She doesn't know, huh? Oh crap.
Where's my husband? And where's my child?
Ah,
Where are they? You know where they are,
no.
right?
No, I don't. I don't know where they are. Sorry, but I don't know. You just try and stay calm. Try and stay calm.
No. They don't know. Nobody knows.
Ay, ay, ay.
Where did they go?
Come over here, child. It's best to leave that poor lady in peace. Let me explain.
Ah, sure. I'll let you explain.
That poor lady. Both her husband and child became ill and passed away.
Is she Irish or Scottish? Is she Scottish? She kind of sounds Scottish. No, it's always a wonder medicine meter like this. They must have been seriously ill.
Oh, well, not terribly serious, but they needed to get treatment every now and then, which did impact their livelihood.
So they tried the wonder medicine and they ended up dying for it. It seemed like it didn't kill her, but however, it did leave some lasting effects.
In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, they bought some kind of wonder medicine. Who would have thought their condition would deteriorate so rapidly after they began using it?
I mean, doctor's treatment doesn't sometimes make stuff worse. Yeah, especially if it's an experimental drug. Yeah. I think it'd be better to say a scientist rather than a doctor, but it's what it is.
The two began to suffer
Yikes,
terribly,
yikes.
such that death then became a blessing. It wasn't long before they departed this world, one after the other.
Well, that do be kind of depressing,
From
holy
that
crap.
moment on, she became as you see her now. If Dr. Natasha had
Oh, she didn't
taken
take it.
her under her wing, well, it doesn't bear thinking about.
Well, I know the wonder medicine helped some people, which is why I'm kind of like, I don't know. If it does work, somewhat. Oh no, man, I don't know. Oh, they were unlucky.
Just unlucky. Oh, as far as I'm concerned, those medicine dealers are making money from murder in broad daylight. Who would sell such a thing to the sick?
I mean, according to what the other guy said, it's like a gamble, right? It can work, or it can go bad. They risk their life because they need to work. If they stop working, they basically starve to death, right? So they have to work. So they can either go the long way, which is a long treatment, which will likely screw them over, or take a gamble to do another one. That's a miracle drug that might work, but also might kill you. He lost the gamble. Yeah.
Talking about it tires me out. At least my husband and I are able to help her where we can. I just hope that one day she can lead a normal life again.
Yeah, I guess hopefully. Or Oh, it's turned into a cuboid, or maybe it was formed into this elegant shape naturally. I mean, look, my opinion hasn't changed. Doctor's effectiveness doesn't exactly make them not a doctor. If they've studied to become one, I mean, they technically are. Whether it is a underground doctor or an ethical doctor, it's still a doctor nonetheless. I'm back. No, I'm entering. Let's try.
Did you speak to her?
Yeah.
The look on your face. I'm assuming you've come to understand the wonder medicine all too well.
Mm-hmm. The people selling that stuff are the devil. Those medicine dealers prey on our weaknesses. I think that's the better option. Those medicines dealers prey on our weaknesses.
Yeah. Be it Vash or the Mutual Aid Society,
Oop.
forces like that can take full advantage of the typical underworld state of mind.
Like you were dying, I said, yeah. Oh, I guess I wait. But it only dot, man. Yeah, whatever. It sucks, but whatever.
Let me tell you a story. There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill.
Their brother, Matthew.
Doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. He named his research project Blizzard Immunity. But his research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to such experiments.
Oftentimes, medical advancements does require a lot of risk. And a lot of sacrifice as well. But no, most people don't really want to be the sacrifice, right? So much progress can be done when it's unethical, but ethical does make it, well. It's kind of important to keep it ethical, eh? Yeah, technically, if it was unethical, you could save millions of lives for the few, but each life matters, so it's a complicated issue. At least that is my own thoughts on the matter.
As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld, claiming that he wanted to support the medical effort below ground.
Yeah, see. Oh no.
Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, as far as medicine was concerned, her brother had always been the standard she'd strive to attain.
Okay, that's really bad, yeah.
She brought her brother underground and entrusted him with her clinic and laboratory. I think you know what comes next.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know. It's hard to believe he was your brother.
Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subjects. On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget their pain for a while and neglect their regular treatment plans.
It's like painkillers. Oh, whatever, I'm not
The
sure.
result? Patients with mild illness would attribute their recovery to the so-called wonder medicine, while patients with serious illness would quickly deteriorate, and sometimes die.
I see. So it's like a painkiller basically, and if you're weren't that sick to begin with and your body could heal naturally, it would heal by itself, and if you're actually bad, I see.
I cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. No true doctor would accept that.
I mean, doesn't it kind of the same with cancer? Like, you can go cancer treatment by not... You have a chance of success, but if you fail, still fail, right? Still failure, and it's just misfortune. And unlucky. Can't really do more, can't really do less. And that happens all the time in doctors, right? So, whatever.
That's why I want you to help me recover all the wonder medicine. Are you willing to take on this assignment?
Not my preferred course of action, but somebody has to do the right thing. Yeah, not my preferred course of action, but I'll do it.
It's impossible to sit on the sidelines, right? Thank you. This will be hard for the people that have come to rely on the wonder medicine. But it's up to us to remove this false hope.
So they quickly deteriorated, not because the medicine did it, rather because they were taking their normal medicine, which then caused them to deteriorate. So it's basically just painkillers. I mean, hey, if they want to take it, I feel like, my view on it is people have the right to do whatever they want with whatever they want. They can do whatever they want with their body. So this is not the course of action I would take. But whatever.
You mustn't hesitate.
Fine.
Recover every last reagent that Vash left behind. I'll take responsibility for the consequences. Don't worry about that. Go. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Man, you're really putting me on people's crap list, aren't you? Oh, fine. Whatever. Alright, how about being on someone's crap list, or everyone's crap list? Everyone in their heckin'... whatever. Never mind. Hey, these guys here.
No one's allowed up ahead.
Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna have to go in. Yeah, I'm here to buy.
Who are you trying to kid? You're that clinic woman's lackey. Did you think the Mutual Aid Society didn't have its own intel? She's after our medicine and sent you here to smash the place, right? Men, look lively and send this idiot packing already.
I should have asked instead. That might have been a better call.
Meaningless.
Yeah, would have been a better call. Oh, whatever.
The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision. Let's make it quick.
Yeah, I am.
Lend me your strength.
Let's go.
Naughty child.
I should have gave it to this guy. He just does more damage. Yeah, what's this him and attacking him, man? Come on, stop attacking him. Stop it, bad boy. Yeah, at least we can do it that way. And we have crit to make it a bit easier on us.
We shall take back what we lost.
Is it? The old box has some medicine enabled with experiment numbers. This must be the wonder medicine the Mutual Aid Society was talking about. You suddenly hear footsteps behind you.
Well, look who we have here. Your reputation precedes you, outsider. I didn't take you for a bandit and a thief.
To be fair, no one stole from a dead man. I should be buried in the ground, but whatever. Yeah, I'm just passing through.
Oh, just passing through. And our guards decided to just beat themselves into submission, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know, they were just having a brawl by themselves. They had an argument. You should have seen it.
I'm the president of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society. The medicine we hold here is lifeblood for many of our members. Are you sure you want to deprive them of that? Those
Not really,
patients. Along comes a life-saving
not life-saving, no.
only to be snatched away by a shameless bandit like you.
I mean, the issue is that you're marketing it in the wrong manner. Marketing it as pain meds and whatever, but you're marketing it as a cure-all. I think the ones who say like, oh, this is gonna heal you all, and it's heckin' radioactive. It's one of those kind of situations. Well, whatever.
The underworld is full of sickness. What would happen if we left it all to that clinic to treat?
Yeah. That you can't treat it
Mutual Aid
yourself.
Society has relieved that doctor of patients at the end of the road. Shouldn't she be thanking me?
Man, I might just do it simply to spite you at this rate. Natasha would never give up on a patient, and she'd never work with an imposter. Yeah, and she'd never work with an imposter like you.
Seems like you are quite bent on dismantling our operations, aren't you?
Now that you went on it.
Fine. Seeing as you came all this way, it'd be rude not to give you the opportunity. Men,
Sure.
seize the medicine thief.
Fine, you want to do it, fine. I'll beat you the heck up, and then you ain't gonna be moving no more, buddy boy. Buddy old pal, some of mine that I don't want to deal with, mind you.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Fighting is meaningless. The truth of life and death.
Darn, no more robots for you, buddy old pal. Jump. Yeah, no, they're gone. Sorry, but you tried having them, I can't allow that. Oh wow, how scary. I don't mean scary, I mean absolutely not scary at all, because I'm just gonna beat you into submission.
Naughty child. Nap time.
Fighting is meaningless.
I think you do normally. Nope, I lied. Oh man.
Rules are made to be broken.
This battle is unavoidable.
Oh, I have a lot.
Lend me your strength.
Wait, does she have the right
No interest in.
No, no. Hey. She has the right one, right? Good. Just wanted to make sure. I'll say, probably levels up the slate count. I don't really want to level up the equipment because they're not good enough yet, but I will if I need to, right?
Blast it! What did we ever do to you? Why are you taking away our moneymaker?
Ah, false advertisement, really.
Moneymaker?
Ah, Natasha's here, huh? She wasn't my party, but ooh, yikes.
So you admit it then? You're not in this to save lives, you're in it to get rich.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing here? Oh, as if we didn't have enough trouble already.
Why is he shaking like this? I feel like he should be doing a
Selling
different
fake
thing.
medicine with false kindness. You should have expected trouble to find you sooner or later.
Sure.
I have a responsibility to protect the well-being of my patients. Or to put it another way, I must eradicate any and all threats to them.
You can't save everyone. The underworld is teeming with sickness. How could you possibly pull it off?
I mean, that's one thing that I think he is right about. Teaming with sickness, and if she tries saving everyone, she'll eventually lead to saving no one. Or just prolong it until the overworld, until we get to the overworld, which would be preferable, but technically if we weren't here, we just kinda, everyone just end up dying. Yeah, whatever.
You're right. I can't save everyone alone. But if I must, I would sacrifice food and sleep to treat them.
Therefore, making yourself kinda distracted and less successful because you're too tired to do stuff accurately.
The debt that Vash owes to the underworld rests with me. All I can do is help everyone to the best of my ability. To the very end.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, so stubborn. In that sense, you're no different from your crazy brother.
Oof.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Your actions today have saved many underworld families.
Give me 8 on. Give me 8 on.
I'll find a way to dispose of Vash's leftover reagents. Next time the Mutual Aid Society wants to whip up a quack cure, they'll be out of luck.
Oh, I see.
Let's go back to town. I still owe those patients an explanation.
I have an option. No. Well. Guess we just go back and, go back and discuss. I still have my overwhelming morals, though. Still my morals, which I still want to kick and go into church. Oh, lady ain't here, man. What the fudge? Oh, oopsie. Oopsie. Oops. Oops. Okay, let's continue.
It looks like the patients have surrounded Natasha. Let's hear what they're saying.
We're on the crap list for sure.
What are you saying, Doctor? The wonder medicine is out of supply?
I think they know what happened.
That medicine is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wildfire has cut off the supply chain.
Mm-hmm.
Your ailments need rational, scientific treatment. Relying on pseudo-medicines will only worsen your condition.
Actually, to be fair, placebos do actually show that placebos do work. If they believe that it will work, it will work a bit. Even if you don't believe it will work, and you still, like, it's an underlying thought that it's gonna work. Even if you don't think that it is, it might still work. Now, not the effectiveness of some stuff, but there will be some effect. No, for certain issues. Whether it's a lot or a little, I'm not really sure. But it is what it is.
Rational and scientific, huh? The way I see it, you're just jealous you lost your patient.
Ah.
How dare you speak to Dr. Natasha like that? Where are your manners?
Ma'am, please think for a moment. How can you still be siding with her? That wonder medicine was working fine for us, and now it's gone because she wants it to be? How can she...
Wait, yeah, his lips actually move. Wait, what?
I understand your anger, but as your doctor, I ask you to trust my judgment.
Anything going well for me? Not too well.
I will find a way to access more medical resources and help you through your struggles. If I must, I'll get help from the surface.
Oh yeah, you sure think try.
The surface. I almost forgot that you were an overworld big shot.
Have some respect for Dr. Natasha.
If it's respect she wants, she better find a replacement for the wonder medicine fast. If not, I'll tell everyone about how she set up Dr. Vash.
No. You know, I feel like she might have actually done it though. That was Dr. Vash. Her brother was doing bad stuff and she just got him out of the way.
I'm out of here.
Oof. He's not gonna like me too much. No, no. Why not just like keep it? You keep the medicine, right? Give it to people who want it. He said it's basically just a reagent. It ain't gonna do crap, right? Let them take it. Give them your medicine as well. Have them take both, and as long as they don't really contradict with each other in the body, it should be fine. I guess you can even make sure, depending on how it's processed, so like, if they both get processed in a certain area of the body, it might be more of an issue, but never mind that. Go sure. Man, I think too much. Whatever. Want your explanation? No. Stop it. Not.
Oh, you're here. I apologize. That must have made for uncomfortable viewing.
Maybe a wee bit. Yeah, I don't care about that. Are you okay? I'd like to straighten out that outmouth myself. I mean, he was saying what he thought was true, you know, whatever. Are you okay?
I'm okay. If I were in his
Yeah.
shoes, I may well have had the same reaction.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Now I need to focus on treating the patients and dispelling their doubts. Let's leave it for now. I'll feel a lot better once I've gotten rid of this mess that Vash left us. Now's as good a time as any to tell you Vash's whole story.
Well, I'm all ears.
If there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate to ask.
Sure. Was he your biological brother?
No, but I used to think we were so close that we may as well have been. I, actually grew up in the orphanage. It wasn't until I was adopted by an overworld family that life changed for me.
Oh. Wait, in the orphanage, the one that you own? You had owned? No.
My adoptive mother always saw me as her own flesh and blood. And Vash loved me like a sister. That is while we were still young. My adoptive parents belonged to a prominent medical family. As kids, we were exposed to all kinds of medical texts. When we were older, both of us got straight into Belobog's medical school. We were on a path into the medical profession.
Ooh, that would be pretty interesting, yeah. What kind of person was Vash?
He was gentle and introverted. But when it came to work, he could be absurdly obsessive. Like a completely different person. Whenever I made a mistake in an experiment, he'd bite my head off. And then a while later, he'd apologize and comfort me. He was conflicted in that way.
Sounds a bit abusive to me. So you knew this medicine was his work.
I didn't know he had leftover reagents in Rivet Town. I was shocked when you told me.
I see.
If you fail to make a clean break with the past, the past creeps up on you.
It would appear to be that way, yeah. Did he really pass away?
That's a long story.
Did he try it on
Ever
himself?
since he was little, Vash had always
Maybe.
wanted to develop a medicine called blizzard immunity. He saw the human body's vulnerability to cold as a disease, and wanted to cure it so that humanity could survive the eternal freeze. If he succeeded, people would be able to leave Belobog and rebuild their homes in the snow plains.
Yeah. You share his vision. Yeah. You share his
To be
vision.
honest, I never understood how he'd achieve that blizzard immunity. But I do admire that vision and perseverance. I always chose to believe him, ever since I was a kid.
I see.
I knew his research in the overworld wasn't going well. I used to write to him and ask him to come down and stay with the kids in the orphanage for a while. I thought it might help take his mind off his research.
Oh. He did not test on children, I know. Did he test on the children? Oh no.
I was too young to know what long-term frustration could do to a person. It changed him in a terrible way.
Well, hopefully nothing happened to the kids, eh? Changed him. How so?
During his stay in the underworld, he met patients affected by fragmentum corrosion with mild symptoms.
Oh.
Compared with non-patients, their bodies reacted differently to hot and cold. And that fascinated Vash.
That don't sound too good.
He began to
Oh, no.
simulate mild fragmentum corrosion, thinking that it could lead to breakthroughs in developing blizzard immunity.
Is that the human-like guys, the guards and stuff? Is that what happened to them? They were experimented on? Or are they corpses? One of their corpses, or were they experimented on to see it? Kinda curious.
Those reagents of his aren't cure-alls for critical illness. That doesn't exist. Vash made the reagents to mitigate the suffering of his patients in the short term. A convenient way for him to observe changes in his test subjects.
Still sound like painkillers though, you know?
But behind my back, he had been doling out the reagents to residents who were kept in the dark. When it finally struck me that something was wrong, his terrible research had already turned him into a madman.
Huh. He lost his last shred of humanity. Did nothing seem strange to you all that time? Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do this one. Does nothing seem strange to you all that
I
time?
trusted Vash with all my heart. Funny, isn't it? And pathetic.
What's it? Wall in front of the eyes? Oh,
When
no.
his experiments were exposed,
Something
I
like
spent
that.
a long time with Oleg discussing how to handle the aftermath.
Did he escape to the overworld? Or did he get executed? Executed like public execution style.
This was
Don't know.
shortly before the underworld was sealed off. There were hardly any Silvermane guards remaining. We spent ages trying to find a way to handle Vash. In the end, Oleg suggested that we banish him and permanently deny him access to the underworld.
No, so he isn't dead. Or did he die?
Had his victims found out the truth, Vash would have been torn to pieces by furious underworlders. I was young and weak at the time. Oleg must have worried about how I'd react to such a scenario, or he wouldn't have suggested banishment.
Yeah, see. Banishment isn't a particularly harsh punishment. He did the right thing. I'm gonna say this one. Banishment isn't a particularly harsh punishment.
Looking back, it wasn't. He deserved much worse.
Yeah.
Oleg and I took Vash to the overworld. He made his final request to us. To take him outside the city to the snow plains he'd always wanted to conquer. His figure gradually disappeared into the snow curtain. I've been telling myself that Vash is dead ever since.
Ah, I see.
Forgive me. I'm not good at telling stories. Vash was a terrible brother and a worse doctor. That's all you need to know. Let's
Okie
call it
dokie,
a
sure.
day. Thank you for cleaning up the mess my brother left behind. Here, for your trouble.
Oh, is he good?